Welcome to SATO48, the TV show. SATO48 stands for Springfield and the Ozarks 48-Hour Film Challenge, where teams of filmmakers have 48 hours, just 2 days, to make a 5-minute movie. The twist? They don't know what that movie has to be about until it's revealed to them in the form of an inspiration package! Today on SATO48, the TV show, we meet writer-director Curtis Stout and leading actress Lynnette Sene. 9 years of SATO48 participation has brought Curtis to the point where he's helmed such a successful project entitled Bleach, a Love Story. His first year, however, the team did not submit on time. Another year, determined to never let that happen again, he drove 90 miles an hour to meet the deadline. For now, enjoy The Measured, the film Curtis attributes to his most lasting impressions before heading out on his own.
Where am I? Stop. Where am I? Stop! How do I get to New Haven?
No, son.
Hey! You folks headed to New Haven? I'm going to New Haven. I'm going to New Haven.
On this holy day of measure, you have been found unworthy to go to New Heaven. Your eternity must remain here. Don't you remember your time of living?
The Measured. Heavy. What a non-comedy that is. Curtis Stout, you were integral to this film. Tom Baker directed, but you were his director of photography.
Yes, I was.
But that's not where you started in SATO48, in The Measured.
No.
This goes back a few years, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about that, when you first heard about it.
I had actually heard about Sato 10 years ago, and I didn't do it 10 years ago. But then the next year, I was at the Outland doing photos of a band, and I ran into somebody that I'd never met before. She was also doing photos. It was April Webb, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm doing Sato this year. I could," and I was like, I did the flyer for this band also, and she's looking at it. She goes, "I could use somebody to make our poster this year." So that was what my role was on that film. But then when Sato started, she's
And
like,
what film was that?
that was How to Work Out Your Demons.
How to Work Out Your Demons.
Yes.
Okay.
It's pulling me in. It's pulling me in. Help me, Taylor.
I got you. I don't think I can hold you.
Give me a Mesopotamia.
I was just supposed to make the poster. I didn't make the poster. I ended up being recruited to edit, and I'd never worked on Adobe at the time. So I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then she took over editing, and then I made music a little bit in GarageBand, and then I kind of acted in it, and that was my involvement. It didn't get in on time, and it's fine. It's difficult to make a movie with people you don't know.
And why is it difficult? Because all the elements are known. We turn on a light, we start a camera, we listen for sound.
I've been on so many more professional shoots since then. So when I look back on it, it was just a bunch of people getting together, filming something, and it didn't quite work out. Didn't quite work out our demons.
You are hungering more for a professional setting.
That, and I was like, I could do this better, and I could probably get it in on time.
There you go.
That was what I took away from that experience.
Great.
And so I did it by myself. Well, not by myself, but I did it everything the next year on Key to Consumption.
Key to Consumption, okay.
Yes.
And when you mean everything, you wrote,
I wrote
shot,
it.
do
I
you have
directed
other
it.
actors?
I had my D&D group, which, we role play, but they're not actors. I love them, but they weren't actors.
We should really rethink that whole key thing for future endeavors.
So you turn in Key to Consumption on time.
On time.
And then what grows inside of you from that?
What grew inside of me was, hey, this is fun. I like this. I want to keep doing this. But then I watch Key to Consumption. It's like, man, it's very amateurish.
Well, as my old friend Tom used to say, malchance.
Dude, I don't need you quoting Shakespeare at me.
I definitely need to learn how to do better. I ended up meeting Tom Baker at one of your Sato parties.
Okay.
And it wasn't the award ceremony party. It was one that was like a few months later.
Yeah.
And then I was in an acting class. He helped out in that a lot. And then we were at our acting coach's house, and we're all watching our old Sato films. And I put that one on. And Tom comes up to me and he goes, "Yeah, your poster's better than your movie."
Oh, well, thanks a lot. Unsolicited advice. Yeah, the reviews are in. So I would love to believe that people do SATO48 and then they just go home and have tea, and then a year later do SATO48 again, and that's how they grow.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not what happens. People don't drink that much tea anymore. Your experience was do Sato, but then in between that, there was a lot of other ways and methods for you to keep your mind and your body in filmmaking.
Right.
Like what?
That's it. You nailed it.
I nailed it. How about just one specific?
Okay, so yeah, we always, our group, just after Sato was like, we just keep making stuff because it's really fun. I love working with you guys. So you're not going to grow that much because you're doing it just once a year. You gotta go out there. You gotta meet people. You gotta network at parties. You gotta go to parties.
I want to talk about this for a moment. Go to parties.
Yes.
I know it sounds like a flaky thing to say, But that's where you meet people.
It is.
That's where you find out what projects they're working on. That's where you get to talk about what your vision and things and how you'd like to aspire. And people go, hey, you know what? Maybe you're a good match for me or my projects. And is that kind of what happened with Tom?
I met him there, and I met David Barnett there, and we all hung out after that party and went to a bar and just hung out and stayed outside smoking cigarettes, talking about this and that. And David's like, you should come to our acting class. That developed the relationship, friendship, and then we ended up making movies on the side, like shorts with Tom. And then we ended up doing our first Sato film together, which was Don't Go Joe.
Do you know the secret to good jambalaya, Joe? It's taking your time.
Then after, we did comedies, and then that's when we got into The Measured, and The Measured was when I was like, I kind of want to get behind the camera more.
Okay.
That's what I liked about, Key to Consumption, was that I was behind the camera.
Okay.
And so that I wanted to get back into doing that, and so Tom put me in as his DP for that.
That was very successful.
Very successful, yes. Tom
for you personally, and the movie and everything else.
Tom won all the Sato Awards for that one, yes.
Yeah, basically, yes. and took it around to festivals.
Yes.
I want to talk about that for a second, but his daughter was in that film.
Oh, yes.
And he couldn't end up directing his daughter for whatever reason.
Yeah.
He shunted her off to you. How did that go?
That was kind of, I get it. You don't want to listen to your parents when they're telling you to do something. So
Yes.
At some point, he's like, you know what the shot is, you know what this is, take the camera, just go. So, yeah, and then she listens to me because I'm not her father. So.
Right. Now, you took Measured, Tom and the team took Measured to festivals.
Yes.
Describe that experience, because we're trying to encourage filmmakers to take their films to festivals. You actually went. What did you discover? What was your takeaway from that?
People were surprised that it was done in 48 hours. We went to, I can't remember the name of it. It's in Oklahoma. But the people there were like, wow, I can't believe you guys did that with that kind of look and scope in 48 hours. This is kind of a cool thing.
Well, it's a differentiator. I mean, you stand out at a festival of other films like, oh, wait, they took 6 months to do theirs and it doesn't even look nearly as good. Right. And you did this in 48 hours? I want to know you.
Right. And then we took it to Longhorn Film Festival in Texas and won the cinematography award there.
Fantastic.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, go to film festivals. And,
right. I know it seems natural, but not enough filmmakers do it.
No, they don't. But you should. You definitely should. I'm looking at you guys.
Right.
Take your Sato films to festivals.
Take your on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Take your Sato films to festivals. And all accumulates within you, and suddenly you're thinking, I'm going to really step out on my own.
Yeah, really just, I need to make my mark now because all these people are doing it. So it's time for me to try something, and see what happens. And
what did happen?
I made Polaroid.
Yeah. For Five Fest. And that was, I remember that film. That was quite the fun ending.
Yeah.
And, again, you've mastered 5 minutes. It was intriguing. And you're working in that with a new to, I guess, the realm of film. I don't know. Had Lynnette acted in movies before that were being shown locally?
You'd have to ask her.
Yeah, I will ask her, because Lynnette Sene is going to join us right after we get back from these commercial messages. Thank you for watching this show tonight. Goodbye. Welcome back. We are so glad you're here. Curtis Stout, director, writer, cinematographer, everything. And we promised you his actress that is in these movies that cannot be shown on television. Let's bring on Lynnette Sene. Hi, Lynnette.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I've got to know, when you read his scripts, are you thinking, why did you pick me for these really, really aggressive women who are like devilish even?
Not really.
Oh, really? No, not really? You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Did you read them carefully?
I do read them carefully.
Have you seen Polaroid?
Mm-hmm.
You were in it.
Yeah, Curtis and I, we kind of go back a little ways, a friendship. We met in acting class, and we just kind of have already had that basis of an interest in the darker things of cinema and art.
Yeah, he mentioned that. So he mentioned David Lynch. Is this an aspect of your life? I mean, I know you said that you were a nurse, so you see a lot of suffering and end of life, things that are not necessarily pretty, end of life, premature often. Do you think that informs your interest in the dark side?
I think so. I think it's good to have the balance of the reality of kind of how dark life can get sometimes. Like you mentioned, we both have a background in healthcare, so I get to see it day in and day out where life takes a lot of people and it's not always pretty.
Polaroid was your first time being directed by Curtis.
Correct.
And your first time directing Lynnette.
Yes.
That's axiomatic. I was just seeing if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
What was it like on the set, this creepy story?
It was pretty good. I mean, we shot it in my apartment, so I was familiar with the territory.
That's right.
I wrote it and storyboarded it for her apartment.
Okay.
So, and I did these storyboards that were made in like a manga maker, and I just basically laid out how I wanted each shot to look, and I was like, here it is. And it wasn't even really a script. It was like a one-page paragraph of like a description.
And we've worked together a couple times before, just doing modeling, photography, headshots, things like that. So we had already established kind of a foundation of a working relationship.
After Polaroid, which great ending, next film is No Purpose. Also a cheer fest. You know, it's just like right up there with It's a Wonderful Life. And you're in it again. Okay, well, how are you feeling like now? Are you feeling like I'm going to be typecast in these kind of crazy women roles?
I actually don't mind that. And that's kind of the roles that I gravitate towards and I find more interesting to play. You are the one.
So, No Purpose, that got a lot of nominations, got a lot of attention.
It did. We were top 10 in a lot of, like 4 other categories. Lynnette got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. My brother and I nominated for editing. We were runner-up for Best Film.
Wow, great.
A lot of stuff. And it was very, it was wonderful. Like, you know, we didn't win anything, but I was like, man, people really kind of liked it still, you know? So.
What the hell are you doing here? You can't be here. Please.
And some people hated it too, so.
That's how you know you're doing the great work.
I was like, it works.
Yeah,
That's
it absolutely works. And then this year, this is where you really upped your game and brought on all new team members. Not new to you, maybe. Or were some of them new to you, or is people you already knew?
I knew pretty much everyone that was on there. They had either worked with me last year, or I've worked on their projects. Okay. Like David Watson, I brought him on because, like, man, last year I did everything. I edited, I was cinematographer, I directed, I wrote. I was like, man, I need to just. I don't want to, like, I enjoy it, but I didn't want to do all of that again. So I was like, let's bring on Brittany Greer. Let's bring on Thomas Turberville, David Watson. Let's get all these people in here and just let's make a movie too. So, and yeah, it definitely brought up the production value because David's got a lot of his own stuff and it looks wonderful. So.
We always ask our filmmakers, would you do SATO48 again? Why or why not? So answer that question. And then someone who's sitting at home watching, thinking, should I do it? What would you tell them to kind of nudge them towards this crazy project?
I would make a Sato film again because, like we've been discussing, seeing the progression year after year and the production value as a performer, getting the opportunity to do so again is always a plus. Sometimes the opportunities in this area are few and far between. So when things like this come up, I like to jump on the opportunities. And for anybody who's considering participating, I would say just go for it. Life is short, and if you want to be a creative, there's lots of opportunity and lots of people in the area to work with.
So true. So true.
9 years, I'm going for that 10th year, so I'm definitely going to do it again.
Okay, good.
It's always a lot of fun, so And to somebody that is thinking about doing it, SATO's all about time, and someone once said, time is the fire in which we burn. You don't want to burn, just get out there and do things before you burn up.
Yeah.
So.
Or out.
Or burn out. There you go.
Thanks for being with us, SATO48 the TV show. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you watch another episode very soon.